What's up, family? Welcome to day 8. What's up, family? Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you had a great day. I'm so glad to be here with you on another live as we are preparing for 2025. Hashtag Action 2025. I hope you had an amazing day. Thank you for joining the live. If you do not mind, wherever you're watching from, I want you to take the YouTube link. I want you to share it with someone. I want you to type a comment, Action 2025, day 8. I want you to invite someone to join us. I want you to take some time for yourselves to listen to this video. Yesterday, I shared it with a friend of mine, what we talked about yesterday, and she was so excited. And she was like, this is my documentary for today. Normally, she has a thing where she would watch a documentary a day, but she was able to take what we talked about, and she was so happy for the information that was shared with her. So I want you to take a minute as we're about to start in a couple of minutes here. I want you to share this link with someone, let them watch, let them join live so that we can all have this conversation together. We're getting ready for 2025 and we have to listen, we have to discuss, we have to take in all the resources that we can as we're getting ready for 2025. So I want you to take 30 seconds, invite someone, share this link with someone, just comment to say hashtag Action 2025. It's going to be all about taking action on our goals, taking action on ourselves, taking action on our purpose, on becoming who we were meant to be. So I want you to bring someone into the conversation, let them know what's going on at this time. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing this broadcast with someone. So yesterday we talked about how we can develop an abundance mindset. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did bringing that live. Today, we're talking about having a healthy self perspective. You have to have a healthy self perspective as you get into 2025 so that you can achieve your goals, so that you're going to be able to do the things that you set your mind to do, so that you're not going to be caught off guard when situations are faced with you. When you're faced with situations, you will not be caught off guard, but you're going to be prepared because you have a healthy self perspective. You know who you are, because in life there's always going to be challenges, there's always going to be times where we will make mistakes, where we will fall, but we have to have a perspective that is healthy about ourselves, about life, so that even when we fall we can rise again. And that's why today I'm talking about developing a healthy self perspective. And the first thing that I want you to have in mind as you're developing or thinking about a healthy self perspective is that you have to know your strengths and weaknesses. Understand where you're strong and where you're weak. Let it not be a myth to you, but let it be a reality. Because unless you have that understanding of your strengths and weaknesses, you will not know what areas to develop. You will not know what areas you have to grow in. You will not know what areas you have to perfect yourself in. Of course, you'll perfect yourself in your areas of strength, but also you're going to develop and make and grow in your areas of weakness. There is a study that was conducted on people who were trying to develop a skill in an area where they were not skilled, and those who were trying to improve themselves in that area where they were skilled. And the people who were skilled already in that area, or who were talented or gifted in that area which they were trying to develop, they experienced exponential growth and exponential results. But the people who were trying to develop themselves in that area where they were not skilled, they did not have as much results as the people who already had that gifting and that talent. So what am I saying? The first thing is that you have to understand your strengths and weaknesses so that you're going to know where to put more of your efforts. Not that you're not going to put efforts in the areas where you're weak, but you're going to put a good amount of time in the areas where you are already naturally gifted so that you can continue to develop yourself and have exponential growth. So that is a key, because any endeavor that you're going to get into in 2025, if you do not have that alignment in your mind and as to, is this my area of strength? Is this something that I'm good at? Is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? You will find yourself struggling. But once you have that understanding that this falls in my lane, this falls in my area of strength, this falls in my area of gifting, then you would know that any efforts that you put towards that is going to yield exponential results. So the first thing is understanding your strengths and weaknesses if you want to have a healthy self-image. Because when you have that, when you're faced with a situation, maybe a business proposal, maybe a deal, something that you have to do, you're going to know, oh, this is in my lane. Maybe I should get into it, I should try it, or this is not in my lane, I'm going to stay away from it. There's a story of the fact that Warren Buffett invests in companies that he knows about, he understands, and he has mastered. And when Microsoft came and offered him to invest in the internet and in technology at the time, he was like, I'm sorry, I do not know about this industry, I'm not going to mess with it. Someone said that is why Warren Buffett has lived to be about 94 years old as of today, if I'm getting my numbers right. Because he understands what he masters, he understood his strengths, and he capitalized on his strengths. So if you want to take action in 2025, we are not just saying you're going to take action on everything and anything you find. You're going to understand the areas that are going to give you exponential results. The second thing is understanding the strengths and the weaknesses of those around you. When you have people around you, people you're working with, people you are in relationship with, for you to be able to get the most out of that relationship, the most out of that business relationship, working relationship, friendship, whatever it is, you have to also understand the weaknesses and the strengths of those people. Now, granted, sometimes you could even understand or see other people's strengths and weaknesses while they do not do it. That's not for you to minimize them or talk down on them, because some people might have more awareness than other people. That is an opportunity for you to see how you can contribute. That might be an opportunity for you to see how you can give back or how you can help them to also gain that self-awareness. But you have to understand other people around you. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? This is also going to help you even in delegation. We are going to talk more about this in later videos, because for you to be able to successfully do the things that you have to do, you're going to have to delegate. So understanding the people who are around you, their strengths, their weaknesses, how they can contribute, what they bring into your life. That's another big thing. You have to understand what people bring into your life, because you might be expecting or have a relationship with someone and you're expecting them to bring B into your life, but really their strength and what they can offer is A, and that relationship is going to be strained. You will not have the maximum benefit from it because you're putting a square peg in a round hole. So another key for you to develop a healthy self image in 2025 is to understand those around you, because you're going to be able to leverage them. Say again, talking about the example we mentioned in one, if something comes on your table and this is not your area of strength, understanding those around you in your circle is going to help you to know who to channel that thing to. The third thing is that we have to respect and celebrate the differences. The differences in you and the differences in others. This is something that I have learned, and I believe that is something that I'm still learning over time. Because again, growth, personal development is not something that comes in one day, but it is good to start from somewhere. You have to have that appreciation and respect for the differences in your surrounding, because when you do that, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to harness the power of the difference. If you don't respect it, if you don't appreciate it, you're not going to be able to harness the differences and the blessing in the differences. And when you cannot do that as well, you're not going to have a healthy self-image, because you will either be intimidated by other people, or you have low self-esteem, or you will even try to suppress other people, and all of those things are not going to be good for you as you're preparing to take action in 2025, because you need everybody. Remember, when we're talking about abundance mindset yesterday, we're saying that the abundance mindset, or having it all, having all that you need, doesn't mean that you know it all. It just means that you are resourceful enough. There are people around you who have something that you can benefit from. And understanding that is going to be key for you to even have that healthy perspective of yourself, that healthy self-image, because you would know when a situation is presented to you, you're going to be like, thank you very much. I understand that this is a great opportunity, but I know someone who can benefit better from this. I think I know just the right person to pass this information to. If a problem comes to you, you're going to be like, I know exactly who can help us in this situation. So respect and appreciate the differences between you and others. It's going to cause you to flourish in your self-image and perspective, and it's going to cause those around you to flourish as well in their self-image and perspective. The fourth thing is that you have to embrace imperfection and vulnerability. Now, when you have that understanding of your strengths and weaknesses, and you understand those strengths and weaknesses of those around you, and you respect and celebrate it, it's going to give you that understanding and that perspective that you are not perfect, and imperfection is okay. We are human. I know a lot of people who sometimes try to make excuses for their weaknesses, or people who try to hide their weaknesses, or people who just try to make sure that, oh, they are always on top of something, or sometimes they even speak when they are not, when necessarily is not at their area of expertise. That's not necessary. When you embrace imperfection, you're going to have, it's a sign that you have a healthy self-image. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to know it all. Even though I'm going into 2025, I'm trying to take action. I'm going to be taking action on my goals, my plans, and everything. But I know that I will not be, it's not a perfect journey. And that's going to help you to always show up. You know that I do not have to be perfect, but all I have to do is show up. And when you have that perspective, and when you act in that way, you're going to see that you're going to feel good about yourself, and then you're not going to be under pressure or have low self-esteem, and you're even going to be able to control and manage negative emotions. So you have to understand your weaknesses, your strengths, yourself, the people around you, you have to respect and appreciate them. You have to embrace imperfection. We talked about starting small versus wanting the grand, the big, and all the, you wanting the end before the beginning. No, we said in our journey, we have to start small. And so it's the same thing now we're saying today, that in our journey, we have to admit to imperfections. There's always going to be imperfection, maybe in our delivery, maybe in our appearance, in whatever thing we do. But the essential thing is progress over perfection. You should type that in the comment section. Progress over perfection. That's what we're going for in 2025. We're going to show up. We're going to make progress. We are going to grow. And the fifth thing is that you have to develop emotional intelligence or empathy. When you have that sense of the world is not perfect, I'm not perfect, then you're going to be able to develop emotional intelligence. You're going to start learning how to manage situations. You learn how to manage emotions. You're going to learn how to manage yourself again and other people. Remember that the greatest asset you have is people. It's resourcefulness. So when you are able to develop emotional intelligence, being someone who can understand other people, understand their perspective. Understanding people's perspective only comes from the fact that you understand that you and others are different. Sometimes when we are in a place where we are in a leadership position or we're taking action and everything, we might find ourselves thinking that, our ideologies, our mindsets, our thoughts are the best. But the truth is that when we understand that our thoughts, our ideologies are different, and we can all come together to find the best approach, it's going to help us to be able to express that emotional intelligence. It's going to help us to be able to express that empathy for other people and those around us. And remember that when you have emotional intelligence, when you have empathy, other people can feel comfortable around you. People can feel comfortable to be themselves, to give you their best in executing your goals, in executing the things that you want to. So you have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be sensitive to your emotions and those of other people. And the last but not the least is that you have to develop yourself. Personal development is going to change the game for you, because once you have that assessment of yourself, then you understand that these are the areas where I need to grow. These are the things that I need for my next level. And you are going to be intentional in working on those areas. So you are going to embrace a mindset of growth. You're going to always put yourself in a place where you're learning. And remember that if you're not learning, you are dying. If you're not learning, you're not growing. So for you to have a healthy self-image, for you to have a healthy self-perspective, you have to be someone who understands the power of learning, of growth, and you are actively learning and growing. This is key because some people understand all of these things, but then they do not take the steps necessary for them to grow. So what areas do I need to grow? What books do I need to read? What podcasts do I need to listen to? What seminars do I need to attend? Who do I need for my coaching? Who do I need for mentorship? What therapy do I need? You will understand the areas where you need to grow, and you're going to do the things that you need to do to grow. When you do these things, among many, many things, you can go and do further research on how to develop a healthy self-perspective. But I didn't want us to be long today. I want to make sure that I'm giving you something that you can quickly listen to, you can quickly take in as you're getting ready for 2025. So I'm going to wrap up here. But again, I'm going to give you a summary of the things that I've said, that for you to have a healthy self perspective, one, you have to understand yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses. It's going to give you the right frame of mind as you are entering into 2025, on what things you can take action on, what things are in my lane, what things do I have to pass along. The second thing is you have to understand those around you, their strengths and their weaknesses. That's going to help you not to be overwhelmed. That's going to help you to have realistic expectations, because sometimes when we do not have the right perspective of those around us, we can have unrealistic expectations. And when you have unrealistic expectations, it's going to put you, you're going to be stressed. Sometimes you will feel that you are the problem when you are not the problem. Sometimes you will think that there is a problem when there is not a problem. So you have to be aware, because when you are aware, it's going to help you to put things in context. The third thing is that you have to appreciate and respect the differences. You are unique. The next person to you is unique. And if you and others are going to partner to take action or to achieve your goals or to work on projects in 2025 that you might set, because you're going to need people, you have to respect and appreciate those differences. That's going to help you to effectively delegate to people based on their strengths, and then help people to grow in their areas of weakness. The fourth thing is, when you're able to do that, it's going to help you to have emotional and intellectual empathy. You have to develop that, because when you understand that there is a difference and you understand the perspective of other people, you're going to have emotional intelligence. You're going to be able to relate with them from that perspective. And then you're also going to be able to, the next thing is that you have to embrace imperfections. Imperfections are our opportunities to grow. They are our opportunities to learn. They are opportunities to develop. So instead of holding back and not taking action because you're waiting for perfection, you're waiting for the best time, you feel like all the cards are not in place for you to do what you have to do, you have to make progress. So progress over perfection. And then you have to develop a growth mindset. You have to learn. Give yourself, whether it's a podcast, whether it's YouTube videos like this, whether it's books, whether it's therapy, in the areas where you need to grow. Areas of imperfections are areas where we need to grow. So you have to be intentional to grow. When you do these things and you're intentional about them, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be able to experience growth, because once you are growing, then there's nothing that is going to make you to be intimidated. You're going to walk into a room, and when an opportunity comes your way, you will know that this is not my lane, I will pass it over. Or if a question is asked, because you have developed yourself, because you're growing, you'll be able to be confident in your area of strength. So you have to continue to develop yourself in your area of strength and not just in your areas of weakness, because when you put energy towards your strengths, you're going to experience exponential results. And when you put time towards the areas of weakness, it's going to help you to be mature and to have growth. So those are my tips for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share this with someone and let me know what things you want me to talk about. Let me know your thoughts on my videos, what you think I can improve as I'm bringing these messages and these teachings for us to get ready for 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your comments. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. And I'll see you tomorrow on another episode of our Action 2025 preparation. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.